Good morning, sir. This is Warren Baryon, a third-year economics student of Section A84. In this video, I will going to share my knowledge about our subject, which is the monetary economics from part 1 to part 12. First, what is monetary economics? Monetary economics is a branch of economics centered on the money and the monetary relationship in the economy. Part 1: Introduction to Monetary Economics. In this topic, I learned the definition of monetary economics. Also, I learned to define transmission mechanism of the monetary policy. Determine the relationship of monetary policy transmission mechanism to aggregate demand, inflation, and national income. Lastly, I able to understand the graphical flow chart illustration of the monetary policy transmission mechanism. Part 2: History of Money. In this lesson, I learned the different ways of medium exchange. First, bartering was practiced by Filipino before colonialism. However, it was still taking place even in the 1980s in some areas in the Philippines. The early money was the second of exchange. It is a form of different items used as money. Coins. Between 600 and 700 BC, larger city and civilization began to use coin made from metal. Paper money was first invented around 600 AD in China. Credit card was first issued in 1950s and 1960s. And lastly, debit card is a payment card that deducts money directly from a consumer checking account to pay for a purchase. Part 3: History of Philippine Money. In this lesson, I learned the importance of the monetizing of the currency and also the history of money before we colonized by the colonizers. The different process of money involves in this generation. Part 4: Characteristics, Classification, Components, Function, and Types of Money. In this lesson, I learned the different components of money, which are the coins, paper currency, and demand deposit or credit money created by the commercial banks. Also, the type of money, which are the commodity money, flat money, the fiduciary money, and the commercial bank money. The characteristic of money, which are the durability, portability, divisibility, uniformity, limited supply, and acceptability. The classification of money, which are the full-bodied money, representative full-bodied money, and credit money. Lastly, the function of which are the money is store of value, money is a unit of account, and money is a medium of exchange. Part 5: Theories and Application of Monetary Economics. In this lesson, my learnings are money supply is increased by the players of the money supply process as well as how it controlled by the monetary authorities through the money supply mechanism. Part 6: Changes in Money Supply. In this chapter, I learned money changes in supply due to reserve requirement set by the BSP. Also, I learned that depositors are the third major player of the money supply process. The borrowers are the fourth player of the supply process. Part 7 is the theory of the demand for money. I learned in this chapter that demand for money is refers to the how much assets individuals wish to hold in the form of money. And in this chapter, the Keynesian theory is based on money important functions, namely money as medium of exchange and money as store of value. Part 8: Transmission Mechanism of Monetary Policy. Monetary policy is referring to macroeconomic policy laid down by the BSP to manage money supply and interest rate. My learning about this chapter is the ways on how to illustrate monetary transmission mechanism. Part 9 is the theory of monetary policy. In this chapter, I learned the theories of monetary policy, which are classical theory, Keynesian theory of monetary policy, and modern monetary theory. Part 10: Evolution of Monetary Policy. I learned in this chapter that how monetary policy evolved throughout of times as well as how banking started and also the goldsmith and the origin of the banking. Part 11: Monetary Authority and the Financial Markets. In this chapter, I learned that monetary authority refers to entity that manage the country's currency and money supply, and also in the chapter tell us the virtue of 1973 Philippine Constitution. The National Assembly was mandated formulate a law establishing an independent central monetary authority or the CMA. For the last part 12 is the monetary authority and monetary policy of world's major economies. In this chapter, I learned the monetary authority of some of the world's major economy.